What is machine learning and what's the difference between machine learning and machine execution? First, let's understand machine execution. So the traditional way of coding wherein a programmer would program the instruction step by step, machine would understand that, execute that, and give you the result or the output based on input. If there is a flaw in the instruction or if there is a flaw in the input, the output would be corrupted or the output would be bad and there are errors. Machine does not have the common sense in that way. It would just execute whatever is given within that set of parameters. So that is what I personally call as machine execution, which is the traditional way of programming. Now, when we say about machine learning, here the machine has smartness. What it would do is when it is doing any task and it encounters any kind of such errors, it has that kind of smartness that based on its previous learning experiences, it would learn and it would avoid those errors or it would fix those errors or it would do those things which are generating those errors. So when I was in fifth grade, it was a very common thing. We were learning computers, and the difference between human and computer was that if a person is asked to go from some path, and if there is, let's say, a pit, human once he falls into the pit, second time he would avoid that pit. But the computers cannot. 100 times, if they are like going through a way and there is a pit or a hole, they would just get into that hole over and over again. That is what the computers were back then, several decades ago. But now computers have become smarter. They are becoming like human. So they learn from their previous experiences and now they can avoid those errors because they have a capability of learning same way as human. That is what when a machine can learn just like human based on their past experiences, based on some of the facts they have, and based on their experiences, that is what is called as machine learning in a simple way. So machines are really good at identifying the pattern. What do they do is they would identify a pattern and then they would learn. If you will give them pictures of cats and dogs and rats, and then they would identify the ears and the eyes and the mouth, etc. Then you have to do like some kind of reinforcement learning, and once they learn, you will present them another picture. They'd say, oh yeah, I can identify it's a cat or a dog or a rat. You could also do some supervised learning. Like there are several kind of learning types which I have covered in my another video. You can go there and check it out as well. So that is how the machine learns, by identifying the pattern. So one quick thing is, if I'll ask you how much 24 times 2 is, or maybe let's say how much 2 times 3. So you would recall it is 6. You won't execute any mathematical thing because it's in your memory. Same way machine learning happens, like it would go through all the data, just like multiplication table. It knows the fact that 2 multiplied by 6 is 12, or 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. So please remember that the AI, the chatbot, the LLMs, they don't do the actual mathematical computation. What I mean is, if I have a code, Python code, which is doing simple mathematical calculation, I call it as a calculator or pi. What it would do is it would convert those numbers in binary, and somewhere deep down, machine would do the binary calculation, and then it would say, okay, 2 times 3 is equal to 6. However, if you ask the same question, how machine learning or how the ChatGPT will interpret is 2 cross 3, and then it would retrieve through their neural network. It would grab the fact and give you the answer. Same way, when you remember a multiplication table, you can get that. If I'll ask you how much would be the 13 times 49, you can't instantly say like 2 times 3 is 6, but you can't say 13 times 49. So for that, either you do the calculation or you have to do some kind of computation to come up with the answer. In such cases, machine learning, since machine learning is exposed to like billions of parameters, when they do the training, when you see like $6 million was spent for the deep AI learning, how it happened is that kind of data, that kind of facts, mathematical facts was fed into the system. So it would just retrieve it through the neuron circuits, the neuron channels, or the neural network. Something which is not fed, it might not answer, or it might be trained to do some kind of like the formula application similar way how kind of human do. So to end the video, let's understand the summary. The machine execution in my term is a traditional programming wherein the input and the step of how that input would be processed is predefined and the output is also defined. But with machine learning, you don't define like kind of set inputs or set processes. Machine would do things over and over, repeat and repeat. It would learn and then it would give you the output. Just one thing is when I ask you to think about a bank, if you are like vacationing, you will think about a river bank, just chilling and fishing by the river bank. If you're like on a Monday in busy thing, you will see, oh, bank means the financial. So based on the context, the thing changes. Same way, machine learning, based on the context, whatever word you will give, it would interpret it in a different manner altogether. So you don't define the parameters, you just let the machine learn, and then based on the same input, machine can give you different outputs. And all outputs can be different. It might give you the same output as well, same might be, but it depends because the way machine execution work is following the same set of instruction. However, machine learning goes through the neural network, and that time whatever the path it decides to travel and grab the answer, it could. Thanks for watching. My name is Prem Asim. For more AI tips, please follow me. Bye.